Hello YouTube, this is Black Rise Up video. I'm going to do a thing on solving problems because I keep hearing a ton of people talk about, we're always talking about the problem, but there's no solution. So I'm going to start talking about some solutions to our problems, do a little slideshow, talking to you while I move it on my tablet, step my game up, no longer a little board, bring the board back here and there. Frog's in the corner. Still going to use him here and there, even on here to point at things when I have words and stuff there. But I'm going to do a little presentation, show you some of the answers to our problems, solutions, and this is a get paid t-shirt that it's on. I have a story about that. It's pretty funny, but I'm not going to get into that right now. But, get paid. Guess it'll stay there. This is solution to our problems. First off, we need to stop supporting people like him. He has enough money where he doesn't have to use Nike to make these anymore. Now, I'm not going to tell anybody what to do with their money, but spending $150 to $200 on some Jordans when you live in the ghetto and you don't have a lot and your pockets are broke and you don't have a business or you're not doing great, it's not a good thing. Buying these for your kids, knowing they're killing them over these shoes, is pretty stupid. You need to leave these shoes alone. You need to demand more from Michael Jordan, all our leaders, period. They're not helping us. They're not helping the black community. They can care less about the black community. Should just leave Jordan and Nike alone. And he, like I said, he has enough money where he doesn't need Nike at all. Where he can make his own business, and where he's the only one making money, but he's still gonna continue to use Nike because that's the type of person he is. I'm going to scroll through, see who pops up next. The first lady and the first man of hip hop. Two of the worst people imaginable that black people keep supporting at all times. Remember, these two took money when they went to Africa to talk about poverty, and they got paid $1 million to do it. They should have done it for free, but they didn't do it. They said they didn't know where the money came from and all sorts of other things. And remember, Jay-Z said he don't donate to charity because he's a charity, but now he's going to start donating. Beyonce is opening up her donation thing when she really didn't donate money. They're doing that to try to pretend like they're good. All their music is pretty much bad, especially Beyonce's new music, compared to her old stuff and her new stuff. It's like a dramatic change. She's basically a whore now. As you can see, this is the new Beyonce, butt out, showing titties, showing skin, showing body to try to stay relevant amongst her fans. Jay-Z's always been a bad guy. Always. Only thing he does is talk about degrading women, black men, and everything else under the sun. But yet we praise him. We keep giving these two more and more money, and they're not helping anyone at all. All right, I'm going to go through. Nicki Minaj, oh God. I really don't, I think this is like self-explanatory. She's a fool. She's making sure that our kids are going to be whores. And she's fine with being a whore, and she doesn't really care who's effects and things like that. She's going to promote herself because they say they're not idols, but when you're selling your things directly to kids and things like that, you're an idol. And she knows it, and she doesn't really care. This is just the way it is. Now let's scroll through next. For those of you who don't know, that is Bob Johnson. He was the owner of BET before he sold it to the white folks. The one channel that we actually have that actually could have changed anything. He sold it. He was already rich. There was no reason for him to be richer. I'm from DC. BET was in DC when I was growing up. We had Teen Summit. We had community outreach. We had all sorts of things to try to help the black people on BET become smarter, more educated, and better with their lives, money, and everything else. Now none of that's there. It's a bunch of hip hop shows and award shows for every other thing under the sun. He ruined the good thing that we had, and we're still supporting BET, which means that we're helping ruin it. So, just gonna flip it. Pretty upset about him. Oprah Winfrey, Miss O, who helps everyone, but the black people in their backyard. She'll go to South Africa and every other place under the sun, but she won't help the own black people that's here. She's another one that has enough money where she doesn't need white people's money and she doesn't have to cater to them, but she still does and always will. Everything about her cater towards them. She tried to, throw her afro here and there, like right now, to try to show you she's still black and whatever. She ain't worth nothing. There's no point of even supporting her either. We're going to turn. What do we have next? Rihanna. Yeah, see what she's doing right there. Yeah, just another Nicki Minaj, same thing. All they do is promote bad, stupid, hateful things amongst our black women and even our black men that follows them and such. And more we give these people money, the more and more they're going to do it, and more clones are going to pop up from people just like them still doing the same thing. It will never stop. We're going to keep having these, and young kids are impressionable. They will always basically follow the things that they see from grown-ups, and especially the things that are portrayed as cool, which she is, and the rest of them that I just showed you. We're going to flip through. Who's next? Oh, yes, and the one they threw in front of our face to trick us. Mr. Obama, you see him with his little Jewish stuff on. He's basically the first Jewish president that we ever had. He's not about black people or anyone else. The same people that donated to George Bush's campaign, they donated his campaign. You should know that. He doesn't care about black people, never did anything. He'll say something here and there. Mike Brown Ferguson could have been my son, blah, blah, blah. I'll take my money. But yeah, he is not doing anything about anything else like he's supposed to. He doesn't care. But they put him in our face for us to vote for him. He's just another pawn of every other president that's ever come along, and senator and things like that. So they tricked us with him. Now we're going to go. Al Sharpton, another one. All he does is he used what he used to do with fighting for rights and stuff like that today, where he doesn't fight for rights, he fights for money. He's another one of those people that you shouldn't trust and never turn your back on, because he might put a knife in it. He's not good at all to even be near. Alright. Then we have this. Every time that we get something, white people come and take it. And not only do they come and take it, we also help them take it. His Tiptoeing in My Jordan song is everywhere. He got Jordans. He figured out a way to make money off of black people and with things that black people do, and he's going to continue to make money because he's going to continue to find every trend possible and use it against our kids and against us. We have next Iggy, same thing. It's him going to do whatever she can to make money off us, betray our music and betray this, and then she does the lowest common denominator. She always has her butt out and everything else. Everything that she does is it's degrading towards women and is pushed towards our girls. So our little girls, they don't know no better, because you got people like T.I. and all the other black folks and things like that doing songs with her and liking her, so they're going to like her too, naturally. And hence you have this situation right here that we keep having. And then we have Justin Bieber, who's even worse than those two. You got people supporting him. He sung a song actually talking about killing black people. And he talked about it again in another video. Now, using the N-word, I have a problem with at all times. But using it in the way he used it, I'm always going to have a problem with that, because he didn't use it as a straight word like we use it all the time. Used it as a word of endearment. He didn't use it as a word of endearment. He used it as a word of KKK, I'ma kill you, and all this other stuff. That's what he said. And he has a lot that he should atone for, but everybody in the industry keeps on, all sorts of things like that, because they're trying to make money off of him. Yeah, as always, black people don't care about their culture. They only care about money. So we're going to flip through, and we got to remember this. Remember this, dude. We got to remember who our enemies are and the things they have done to us. You see that HIV positive thing? There are a lot of companies that gave people AIDS on purpose. Even in the United States of America and Africa and India and all sorts of places where black people are, they gave them AIDS on purpose. They're still doing that to this day. We have to understand that. These are things that, this is atrocious. This is horrible. Something should be done about it. We need to figure out a way to do this. One of the ways we can do this is put it up front. So it'll make more and more companies not do it and make more people aware of the situation. This AIDS situation is very, very bad, considering that they're actually giving it to people on purpose. Now we're going to go. This is one of the companies that gave them AIDS on purpose. They had some tainted plasma and they couldn't sell here that they somehow had HIV inside of it, but they managed to sell it in Africa, India, parts of South America, Central America, and everything else, where a ton of black people are, Brazil and things like that. And he gave tons of people AIDS. Babies was born with AIDS because of things like this, and no black person should ever buy any Bayer anything, ever. Ever. They're one of the most evil corporations in the world. Do not buy anything from them. Diamonds, another thing. Got all these black people on stars showing diamonds, and regular black people trying to get them because they see them doing it. This is awful. They're still cutting off black people's hands for touching these in their own land. Black people aren't making any money off of things. There are certain people, there's like maybe one diamond mine that's known that actually makes money that's owned by black people. The rest of them are owned by white people. So every time you buy a diamond, you're helping white people get rich. You're destroying the culture and the heritage of Africa, because Africa used to be a beautiful, lush green land. Now it's stripped because they've been blowing stuff up and digging holes everywhere. You're helping them continue to do that. You should not support diamonds at all. Now we're going to go through our music. It's god awful. No matter where you go, it's always about booty shaking, diamonds, and booty shaking. Because I can't, stress that, because our girls are the ones that are going to suffer from this, and then the boys suffer because men follow women. If the women, whatever women allow a man to do, he's going to do it. If she allows him to fill her up and to do things and be derogatory to her, he's going to do it. Hence this right here. Our own women are doing this. Nicki Minaj, Beyonce, all, so-called women for women's rights and bullcrap like that. They're degrading women more than any man ever will. I'm not going to get too deep in that. One of these days I will. And then Nicki Minaj covered with Malcolm X, one of the people that was trying to help us. And she going to read this, and I'm like reading N-word, but it is what it is. Looking ass nigga. Do you see this? This is the person that everyone's loving right now. It's the number one video everywhere. She's getting paid, and she's a coon to the fullest. Look at this. I mean, seriously, look at this. This is Malcolm X, and she put looking ass nigga, and we're still giving her money, and we're still supporting her. It's a damn shame. It really is a damn shame. I'm gonna flip through it again. Another one, World Star Hip Hop. One of the worst websites ever, and it's the number one website amongst black people. Very, very sad that they're trying to make a movie. They're making series. They're making all sorts of things, and then Russell Coon Simmons is right there beside him, trying to profit off of our destruction. Then some, video from World Star Hip Hop. Of course, is a bunch of guns and butts and drugs and violence everywhere on World Star Hip Hop. These are images. This is an image from there. I'm going to turn next, and there's another one of our websites. World Star Hip Hop is our number one. I think this is our number 3 or number 2 website or something. Check this website out. For one, it's laggy and buggy and crappy for one, but then it's just full of gossip about black people and what they're doing and what celebrities are doing and what's happening. People love it. Media takeout, same thing, showing the dark-skinned woman and the light-skinned woman, how the woman she's turned herself white and bleached her hair to look like a white person, and they're just causing more problems, and they're going to keep on doing it. This is the media. That's what all the media does. I'm going to flip through it again. Another one, god-awful show. Like Scandal, this is the number one freaking TV show amongst black people. It's like, are you kidding me? She's just a bed wench for another white person. She's a slave girl. She's a secretary. She's your mammy. She's your everything else under the sun, and people love this. This is just keeping the negative stereotype about us, and they can keep doing it because people keep watching it. These are the type of things that they're going to keep producing. They're going to keep doing because we're allowing them to, because we're watching this. If you don't watch it, they don't show. Hence what the next one will go to, and you'll understand what I'm saying. Bam. The Bernie Mac Show. Come on, America. You should be mad at yourself. You say how much you love Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac show got canceled. It got canceled because black people did not watch his show. It got canceled. America, I thought y'all loved Bernie Mac. Y'all always talk about how you love Bernie Mac, but you let his show get canceled. His show should have never got canceled. It was a great show. It got canceled, but yet you're going to keep shows like this on TV at all times. That shows you our mindset of our black so-called community that we have right now. So we're going to fast forward. Another thing, we need to stay off of social media websites. We all know Facebook already gives out our information to the government. And we have a lot of criminals on Facebook that are black. And they're doing stupid things. They're getting themselves caught very, very easily. Because Facebook, we all know that they give out the information. Snowden told us, the WikiLeaks, all this other stuff. We know exactly what Facebook does. But yeah, we stay on it. And then they're not good for us anyway because they keep causing drama. You keep seeing black women half naked. You keep seeing the dudes trying to be thugs and everything else under the sun. Social media is a downfall amongst black people. I will say it. It's a downfall. This is a downfall of us. We need to stay off of it. You need to do something else. Find some other outlet. There's Twitter again. Follow me. Follow me where? Where are you following me? Follow me with stupid words. There's 140 letters of nothing. It's never nothing good going on. Black Twitter, blah, whatever. Ain't nothing going on here. Follow you where? Follow you to hell? Follow me to jail? What is it doing? There's a bunch of stupid people on there too. It's the same thing. Social media sites are full of things that keep us distracted from the things that we're supposed to be doing. I'm gonna flip again. Now we see this right here. It says any human being anywhere is well within his right to do whatever necessary by any means necessary to protect his life and property, especially in a country where the federal government itself has been proven it's either unwilling or unable to protect the lives and the property of human beings. Do you see this? We're not doing that. We're not protecting anything. Matter of fact, we're destroying our communities and our own property. We do that all the time. This is the man that we don't talk about like that. We talk about Martin Luther King as we should. We should talk about Malcolm X too. He was a great man. He had great ideas. We need to have more of these on our walls to have our kids believe in being black and believe in themselves. This is something that needs to be done. Another one, a man who stands for nothing will fall for anything, should be around our house, should be there so our kids to see this so they learn to stand up and believe in things that are good values, good things. Another thing, Martin Luther King, a life most persistent and urgent question is, what are you going to do for others? You see what he did for us. He died for his causes, what the people believe in, and what he did was right or wrong. It doesn't matter. He still believed in something and he still tried to help people of all colors and races, but definitely tried to help his people because he wanted his kids to be judged by the content of their character, not the color of their skin. Then we have Frederick Douglass, who was probably the inspiration of all. He doesn't get credit. You need to read about this man. You need to understand what this man has done. He's a great man who does not get credit like he's supposed to. He should be around the house. His words, his quotes, his books. He's done so much great things with black people. Then you got Maya Angelou. All the stuff that she's been through to come up and how she still rises and why the caged bird sings and all the beautiful things that she's done. We need to support this. We need to start reading more because the only way black people are going to get any education and knowledge is through books. TV is not for us. It's not about us. Every time we're on TV is something bad. They're not going to tell you our story. They're not going to tell you our side. You have to read. You have to find it. It's not going to be easy, but these are people to start from. Then we have the many other famous black people who helped pave the way. Should have put Muhammad Ali up here. Do that next time I talk about him. Even though if Obama's right there, he's always going to be there when it comes to black people just because he's black and he was the first president, but he's not anything. So it's like, but he's just going to be there just because of what happens. But we got to understand all the famous black people and the things that they have done. And we have to do this no matter what. Remember our heritage. White people always keep their heritage, everybody, so that they know where they come from and where they're going and where their future lies. If you don't know about your past, then they can change your present and your future and all sorts of other things. And you can't lay claim to things. This is our heritage. Even some of the African people don't like us. African Americans. That's fine. They can continue to do that. You should never give up your heritage for anyone. I don't care if they don't like who you are, this and that. You got to keep your heritage, keep who you are. You have to know where you come from to know where you're going. And we're going to flip through. Beautiful, beautiful heritage. Africa, somebody did a nice little picture. I love this. Keep our heritage. It's going to be some heritage pictures, to make you proud of who you are. You have to feel proud. I mean, they're very proud. White power, they say that everywhere. They're proud of who we are. We're not proud of who we are. Another one, love thy mother. Life started in this area. It always will. That's the motherland. Beautiful picture. Another beautiful picture. These are things that we need to keep going on in our lives, need to keep moving and things of that nature. Never ever let it go for anyone, don't matter who it is. We need to have unity. This is one of the biggest, build some type of community amongst ourselves. We need something. We don't have anything. Everything's scattered. I don't care about people on Facebook or say YouTube having a problem with each other. If they do it, civil and they talk, that's fine. I mean, we're not going to agree on everything. There's nothing wrong with that. You can have a difference of opinion and still not go towards violence. That's what they want us to do. We need unity. We need this. Even though if we don't agree, you can still unify with somebody you don't agree with. You can come up to terms with anyone. It's not hard. You need to remember all the good things and the things that we can have. Harlem Renaissance. Harlem was thriving. They had businesses. They had this. It was a black district. We need to always remember our history. We need to bring back things and do this. We have the money and the power now. We spend $1.5 trillion a year and things of that nature. But now it's going all to everybody else but our own self. Then finally, Black Wall Street. This is when we understood ourselves that we can do great things. And there is some white people in that crowd, if you've never seen this picture, that actually wanted to be with us and thrive. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having people to want to help you, but if they don't want to help you, they don't need to be there. As you can see, there's a white person there, there's a white person there, see one there, pretty sure there's a couple more. I'm not going to go over this, but this is the time when we thrived. Only 30% of our black money actually went out of this community there. They made sure they kept it in there and they prospered. Now, our money, only 15% of our money actually goes to black owned businesses. 15%, 70% there, 15% here. Do you see the difference of why we don't have anything? Do you see that? 600 businesses, 21 churches, 21 restaurants, 30 grocery stores, 2 movie theaters, private airplanes, a hospital, a bank, a post office, a library. Do you understand? Even a bus system. And guess what they did? They got jealous and went in and destroyed it, killed 3,000 black people and burnt down every house and every business there and forced them out and took over this. Do you understand what we need to do? This is a solution. We have a plan right here. This is a plan that worked. This time we just won't let them take or destroy what we have. We need to bring back this plan. Do you see this? I hope you enjoy my solution because I gave you solutions. You said you're tired of listening to the problems. Now we have a lot of solutions. All right, rise up.